Hey everyone, I'm Rob Pollock here at Fosso & Bond. I'm here with attorney Mark Mandell. He's a partner at our firm. He does criminal defense work. Now Mark, I get this question a lot, and I think a lot of people get this question. When you're pulled over for suspicion of drunk driving, should you take an alcohol breathalyzer test?
It's a great question.
Yeah.
And from my perspective, the question really goes back about 25 years, because what you'll find now, if you're hanging out with your friends, buddies, whatever, and if you're at a restaurant or a party, most people have this urban legend that you shouldn't take the alcohol breath test offered at the police station. Right? Now, I'm not going to tell anybody whether you should take it or not, but I'm going to tell you how things have evolved over the last 20 years or so. When I first started practicing, it's called the implied consent statute. It's really a civil matter, not a criminal matter. A driver's license is actually a privilege, not a right. And with that privilege comes this implied consent statute, which says if the police pull you over and in plain English they had a reason maybe to believe that you were drinking and you're ultimately arrested for it, they'll take you to the police station and offer you an alcohol blood test. It's the DataMaster test. Recently, a couple of years ago, there was even some issues about the DataMaster that was in the Detroit News and Free Press. But in any event, if you do not take that test, people don't know this, but that is a 1-year suspension of your driving privileges. So you may not have even been drinking alcohol, or maybe your blood alcohol level is above the limit. But regardless of what a defense attorney like myself could do for you during a drunk driving, if you don't take that test, it's a 1-year suspension of your driving privileges. So going back to about 20 years ago, when people would refuse that test, and I'll give you an example. I once was a prosecutor in Sumter Township. We only had one police car on the road in the evenings. So a lot of people down there knew that if they didn't take the test, all right, then the police would have to get a search warrant to draw your blood. And they only had one police car. So they couldn't take you to the hospital, so they were never able to find out your blood results. That sort of was true in many municipalities 20 years ago. But since then, it started off with fax machines that they would just fill out a little search warrant to draw your blood, send it to a judge who's always on call over the weekends, and from there, the judge will get a search warrant and then they'll take you to the hospital and draw your blood. And that's exactly what happens now. So if you refuse to take the alcohol breath test at the police station, 1-year suspension. And on top of it, it's not like you are blocking them from getting results, because now, right in the officer's car, there's a computer. He types a quick search warrant in to a judge who's on call. Within 4 minutes, they're executing a search warrant, taking you to a local hospital, and drawing your blood. And you know, when the blood results come back, if they were below the legal limit of 0.08, well, you still have this issue now of refusing to take the breath test, which opens up an entire other Pandora's box on what do you do when you don't have a driver's license for a year. Well, next week we'll touch on that topic. It's called a hardship appeal, and you only have one bite at the apple if it was your first refusal. Otherwise, you're not even eligible for a hardship appeal, and you'd go 1 year without driving privileges.
Wow. That's great advice and great information for all of us. And if you have any criminal defense issues or questions, feel free to call Mark Mandell. He's a partner here at our firm, and he can help you get those resolved. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.